Oh, what is this? Sony Computer Entertainment Europe presents a Universal Interactive Studios production. Oh, to go all fancy. Naughty Dog. Ah, we know these guys. We know these guys well. Yes, indeed. It is time for the next game in the Crash series. All the way back from last year when I did my Crash 1 minimal slash no spin run. Indeed, it is time for... Ooh, press start to begin. Yep, I know how it works. It is time for Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back, the no spin run or minimal spin run. Same rules apply as last time. I have to 100% complete the game, spinning the fewest number of times physically possible, which is going to be a lot easier in this game than it was in the first game, because this game has a couple of new moves in that'll make things much easier than what they were previously. And oh, we've gone to a demo. Well, I don't want that to happen. Let's skip right past that once we go in. Okay, let's get rid of that. So yeah, Crash Bandicoot 2. Love this game. Love it just like the first game. Don't know if I love it more. I think I love it more. I'd say. First game, it has some things about it which are a bit sort of awkward in comparison to this game, but I don't know, they're both fantastic games. So we'll get into the new game here. The opening cutscene commences right from where the first game finished off, with Cortex, you know, falling off his jet board at the blimp and all that. So yeah, let's have a little look at what this story has to offer. There he is, falling down. He's dead, right? He crashed. Surely, you know, I mean, he fell like a few hundred meters, gotta be dead. No, he's not dead, of course not. Gotta love that Simpsons reference, though. 1 year later, because this game came out 1 year later.
Dr. Cortex will reach full power and need not only your master crystal, but also the remaining 25 slave crystals from the surface. How do you expect to retrieve them when we don't have any Earthbound operatives left?
You fool! Do you think I'm unaware of the situation? If we don't have any friends left on the surface, then we need to find an enemy.
Ooh, ominous. Very ominous. Ah, and here he is, the man himself.
Crash! Crash! My battery is fried. Make yourself useful, big brother, and bring an extra battery for me.
And with that, we are in the game. So, if you sort of missed what was going on there, basically Cortex wants crystals, and he has a new henchman called Engine, who we saw there. And they have a big space station, which, if you actually look at its size compared to Earth, it looks like it's the size of planet Earth, which is pretty weird. But anyway, here we are with our sister Coco. She's a new character, Coco Bandicoot, introduced in this game, sort of as a replacement for Torna. Torna doesn't really show up again, which, I don't know, well, it's not that sad. I mean, didn't really get that attached to Torna. It was just, you know, the good old Torna bonus round, the good old days. Anyway, so Coco, yes, she's supposed to be, like, really intelligent and stuff. So that's why she has a computer, whereas Crash is just sleeping all the time, because he's a moron. She's like the opposite of Crash, pretty much. He's an idiot, she's a genius, so, you know, I guess that's... I find that kind of funny, to be perfectly honest. Anyway, it drops us right off here in the gameplay here. No world map or anything. And, yeah, we got boxes, just as we used to back in the day, and I can bounce on top of them and all that. But we have some new moves here in this game, which will make things a lot easier, considering I cannot spin, of course. I'll just show off the spin. There it is in all its glory, back just like in the first game. I'm not sure. I think it lasts pretty much the same amount of time. I think its range might be slightly less, but it's still very useful. Anyway, that is the last time we're going to see the spin for quite some time, because it's the no spin run. Anyway, in this game we can now crouch. Yes, that's the thing. We can crawl, but that's not what's cool. What is cool is we can slide if you do it while running. So, yeah, there we go. That's how we can break boxes now without having to spin those certain particular boxes. And you can also high jump by crouching and then jumping, which is very useful. And we can also belly flop by pressing the crouch button in midair, which again we can use to break boxes. So we go here. We've got a pit, a bit of a training pit. It doesn't kill you. And the music has started up. Speaking of music, we're going to pause the game, and we're going to turn the FX down just a little bit, so it doesn't drown out the music too much. I do love this game soundtrack, of course. So yeah, here we go. We got a whole new pause screen, a lot more impressive than it was in the first game. I'll explain what all this stuff is once we get a little bit further on. But if you saw on the pause menu there, we're in the intro stage right now, and doesn't it look great? Look at all these lovely forest graphics. It's really good. Really like it. Very reminiscent of the first game, sort of jungle levels, but I think there's more detail in these ones. You can see sort of like the light coming through the trees up there and all that. Really great details here. Just got some armadillo. Oh my god, so I got killed, or I got hurt by one of the armadillo enemies. Oh my god, that was embarrassing. How did that even happen? So yeah, a box like this, we'd be forced to spin it in the first game, but now, haha, belly flop. See, this is why it's going to be a lot easier in this game, I think, than the first game. We got a bunch of birds there as well. That's a nice detail. But this warps us away. Can't go any further. I wish you kind of could though. Kind of curious to know what's beyond that particular little portal thing. But hey, whatever. Here we go. We got ourselves a little cutscene coming in now with Cortex.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Crash Bandicoot, welcome. I apologize for the crude means used to bring you here, but I rather expect a written invitation would have been turned down. I need your help. Surrounding you are a series of 5 doors. Through each door lies a well-hidden crystal. The crystals look like this. Bring me the crystals, Crash. That is all I will say for now. We will speak again.
Yep, Cortex kind of being a bit ominous again, or, not exactly saying what's going on. I mean, we don't really know. Whoa, that's fast. But anyway, here we are, a new feature in this game. Instead of having a world map like we did in Crash 1, in this game we have warp rooms, which have different portals that take you to the levels of the game. So we see there are 5 warp portals here in our first warp room. Each warp room of the game has 5 levels in it. And you can do them whatever order you want. You're not bound to do the levels in a particular linear order like you were in the first game. But the levels are still numbered. Well, they weren't even numbered in the first game, actually. That's kind of ironic. But here they're numbered. You can see level 1, it says up the side of the pillar here, and level 1. So Turtle Woods is level 1, and then we have level 2, 3, 4, 5. But you're not obligated to do them in that order. You could do Crash Dash first if you really wanted to. And, a load save screen, which was not in the first game. Remember, you had to do the bloody Torna bonuses to save the game back in those days. Oh, what are we going to name ourselves? We've got to name ourselves Fruity, I reckon. That's me, I'm Fruity. Let's go with that. Where's... Oh, I need to find these letters. It's not a QWERTY keyboard or anything. Fruity. We'll call ourselves Fruity Tea. We can't fit Fruity Tangerine, but we can fit Fruity Tea. There we go. Fruity Tangerine, that's me. Woo, hooray. So yep, we can save any time we want from this screen, which is a lot more convenient than the first game. I don't need to tell you. I don't need to tell you. But anyway, I'm kind of thinking, what order should I do these levels in? Should I just do them in the default order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or should I do something special? Yeah, Turtle Woods is actually a pretty damn good first level to get out of the way first. You can also see the collectibles we can get in the level up there to the right of the level name. I'll explain what all them are about, but of course we need to gather the crystals, like Cortex said. Why are we going to help Cortex? Like, he tried to bloody well kill us in the first game and take over the world. Why should we help Cortex? Well, I'll tell you why, because Crash is a moron. We discussed this. Look at that face. Look at him. He doesn't know. He's like, oh yeah, you tell me to get some crystals, alright, whatever, I'll just go do it. Anyway, let's warp into the level. We get a nice blinding flash of light. I appreciate that one. And then we warp into the level with a really cool animation. I really like that animation with the little blue circles, and we've got this little light beam on the platform, and we've got this little spawn area, which very nice details. Like, I love the faces on these, like, pillars, and then all these different little layers on the floor here. There's a lot of great graphical detail in this game, even more so in the first one, I'd venture to say, but I don't know, the first game still looks pretty great. And then there's this little door here that when you approach it, it opens for you and you can go do stuff. So, yep, we are going to continue on with the level. So if I press triangle, you can get a little heads up display, and unlike the first game, not only does this display Wumpa Fruit and lives, it also displays boxes broken, which makes it easier to keep track of the amount of boxes you've broken within a level, which is very, very handy. And I love how they make the first level of the game here rain. It's like we're trying to show off the graphical capabilities of the PS1. Like, we're really pushing it to the limit now, guys. Really pushing it to the limit. We have rain! We have rain! I feel like I'm quoting like the Bible here, like "Let there be light, let there be rain." Oh, it's brilliant. And yeah, as you can see, we can also do a slide jump, which works just like a high jump, where we can get onto high things. So box stacks like these aren't a problem anymore. Remember those bloody 3 high box stacks in the first game? They were a nightmare, having to get invulnerability and all that to break them. Bloody ridiculous. And we have Aku Akus as well. Aku Aku doesn't have a physical presence in this game. If you remember in the first game, when you broke open his boxes, you could pick him up individually. It doesn't work like that in this game. The moment you break the box, you get him instantly. So that's a bit different. Now, before we go get that checkpoint over there, and that rather nice looking sort of temple-y building, you know, it's when you let's play these games and you have to talk about stuff, you really start to appreciate the graphical stuff. Like, I never noticed this building here on the right side before. Look at that, it's a whole building, and look at that, that's a whole building too over there where that checkpoint is. Look at that, and I never noticed these things. There's so much great graphical depth in this. It's really, really beautiful looking jungle level, isn't it? Anyway, this face here, kind of suspicious. Whoop, belly flop it, and you get a secret route. I kind of get why maybe they would put something like that in the first level, you know, teach you how to belly flop, because it's kind of weird, just this random face on the floor. You'd probably want to experiment around with it a bit, and if you know, do all sorts of different button combinations, eventually you're going to figure out how to belly flop and discover the secret area, so, ooh, it's pretty great. And as you can see, it's a side-scrolling area, so unlike in the first game, we have levels in this game which alternate between forward-scrolling and side-scrolling. In the first game, they were individual levels, you know, like levels like Slippery Climb are fully side-scrolling, whereas levels like Jungle Rollers are fully forward-scrolling, you know. Didn't have a mix between the two types, which I can definitely appreciate in this game. Nice improvement. Cool-looking waterfall there. Again, even in this sort of basic cliff sort of area, there's still quite a lot of detail there in the background. Ooh, we have that bird. You can't spin those birds. You've got to jump on them, so be careful of those things. Be very, very careful. This is quite slow, I will admit. I don't know, maybe I should just start belly flopping them. Maybe I should. Haven't had a force spin thus far, but I don't think there's going to be many force spins in this game. Now, this is where we get introduced to a new type of box, the Nitro. Now, you remember TNTs from the first game. You could jump on them to set off the timer, but you couldn't spin them. Whereas Nitros are different. If you touch a Nitro, it blows up. It's completely volatile. Don't go anywhere near Nitros. Just, they're bad news, okay? They're bad news. Just do not touch. New type of box. Another cool thing they've introduced in this game over the first one. Would have been definitely interesting to see Nitros in the first game, though, wouldn't it? Really hard levels like Sunset Vista having Nitros in them. Sounds like a nightmare. Anyway, go up here, and we have these weird pink ostriches, which we can use to get up here and break these boxes. And we can also use to get up here and break this box and get a 1-up. These ostriches, they do not come up again after they've gone down, so if you fail to get those boxes up there, you're going to have to kill yourself. Or, you can do a special trick known as the jump slide spin, or something like that. I'm going to have to spin to do this, obviously, as the name might imply, but we won't count it. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes, so there we go. That's a jump slide spin. So if you have a look, our regular slide jump only gets us up that high, you see? But if you spin at just the right time, and it's sort of difficult to explain when the right time is. It's like just after you jump, like a few frames after. If you press the spin button, and see, that was the wrong timing. There we go. It'll get you a lot of extra height, and you can get up to places you're not supposed to be able to get to, and you can do that to do all sorts of funny little glitchy stuff in this game, because the developers did not intend that to be a thing. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do it, because that would count as a spin in my no spin run challenge. So I'm not going to be able to do it from now on after demonstrating how that works. Bit of a shame for me, but hey, that's part of the challenge, isn't it? The new spin run of the game. So here we come to the end, and that little green exclamation mark crate, metal crate thing, that explodes all the nitros in a level. So nitros do count towards your box count. If you see, we have a lot more boxes there now, 36. So you do need to break all the nitros in a level to get the gem at the end. However, of course, you can't touch nitros without getting hurt, so you have to use that green exclamation mark crate to blow up the nitros. And as you can see, this little platform has taken us back to the regular path of the level. How friendly of it, how friendly, and we should have 37 boxes, we do. We've got these little turtles here, you can jump on them, and then you can skid them away, or spin them away, either one, it works. Just don't touch them on the sides when they're moving around, otherwise you will get hurt, as the spikes imply. Could belly flop them as well. We have a lot of options in this game. There's a lot more to Crash's movement in this game than there was in the first game. And while I'm at that, I've already demonstrated the slide, jump, spin, whatever you want to call it. There's also a thing called the neutral slide spin. So you can slide like this to go quite fast. Oop, don't want to go in there just yet. But if you Now this is kind of complicated to explain, but if you slide and then you let go of forward and then you press spin, you will move really quickly. So, like, that was sort of one. Yeah, I think I'm getting it. That's a neutral slide spin. So again, you have to slide, let go of forward, then spin. Now, I know it sounds counterintuitive to let go of forward, but for some reason, if you let go of forward, then you spin, it lets you move really far. So this is a regular slide spin without letting go of forward. But if I do let go of forward, as you can see, I go much further. And that's the fastest way of moving in this game. That's how speedrunners do it. So if you want to speedrun this game, you got to get really good at efficiently neutral slide spinning. And it's tough. I'm telling you, it's tough. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to use it anymore because, again, it is a no-spin run. And that's funny. That trapdoor dropped before and then it respawned. Yep, this is the new bonus rounds for this game. Instead of gathering tokens like we did in the first game, we just drop into a little question mark area. You saw there was a question mark on the little trapdoor. And this is our own little separate area. Unlike the first game, the boxes here do count towards the total box count of the level, so we do need to break all the boxes in bonus levels to get the gem. So I'm going to have to focus on doing that, but luckily this first bonus is very easy. As you can see, it was just 5 boxes. Really simple, nothing to fret over. Not really a problem. And here we have a mud pool. The mud pools just slow you down and hurt you or anything. It's pretty annoying, actually. I mean, it's an interesting mechanic that, I don't know, seems a bit dull and pointless to me, just to slow down the game a bit. Ooh, can you sort of see above the trees there? Nah, not really. I live for those little moments where the camera sort of moves up a bit and you can sort of see the sky, or you can see some background area you usually wouldn't be able to. It's really great. You can sort of see the sky over there on the top right of the screen. You can see it's all sort of grey since it's a rainy day. Ooh, you can sort of see the sky on the top left there as well. I like that. We've got this building here with that nice face on it. Look at that face up there with those fangs. Very creepy looking. Oh, it's on the floor here as well beneath me. Great, just great detail. So much texturing on all the different walls and objects here. There's a lot of attention to detail. Visuals do make a game, and I shouldn't have done that. Visuals don't make or break a game, but they're definitely a nice little perk. So these are little pits here, and there are little mole rats that spawn at the bottom, and you have to kill them, and then you can get this here. However, you can easily skip these pits in like 4 different ways. I'll do another, slide, jump, spin. You can do that. See, so you can just skip past them without having to kill the rats by doing that slide, jump, spin, which I'm not going to be able to do from now on. Again, I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. I'm not going to count it or anything. I'm not going to. This isn't cheating, really. It's not cheating the challenge if I'm just demonstrating stuff to you guys. The way I did it just before was jumping along the sides here, which I didn't even have to do a whatchamacallit. Wait, let's try and get back out the way I came. Or maybe I can't. I've never tried, like, going back the way I came. Okay, there we go. So what you can do, you can just slide jump on the sides, and then jump around, and there you go, skip the pits, really easy. So, yeah, the game devs, they overlooked a lot of different ways you can skip those pits with the rats in them. They're kind of flawed in a way, bit of a shame. Cool, that's a cool tree. I never noticed that tree before. Look at that tree. Look how high that tree goes. That tree goes way above the... You see it, right? It goes way above the camera. I never noticed that. See, this is why I like just taking it slow and steady like I am right now to explain stuff, because it's just so much fun to be able to notice these little graphical things. And, ooh, careful. Obviously, it's easy to spin those rats, but I can't do that. But, oops, 62 boxes. That's how many are. Oh, here's a crystal. But, yeah, what I was saying before, graphics, they definitely don't make or break the game. And, of course, this game is, like, 20 years old now, so obviously these graphics aren't very sophisticated by today's standards, but sophistication doesn't necessarily equal prettiness. Like, I think this game is very pretty, even with, the very sort of, what's the word, polygonal, polygons. You can sort of see them, obviously, a lot more clearly than you could, like, a PS4 game, but I think it's very pretty and nice looking, great use of colors and everything. Anyway, here's the crystal. So this is what Cortex wants to get, and it actually comes into a heads-up display, like that. So you actually find collectibles within the levels in this game, unlike in Crasher 1 where you get them on like a bonus screen at the end of the level. So yeah, that's interesting. Another way you can skip these pits, jumping on the rats' heads. That's the third way you can skip these pits. They really didn't think them through that well. That's a proper, really easy, legit way of doing it. And here we are at the end. So it just has another one of these doors, just like we had at the beginning of the level, and it brings us into a little end area where our gem is there if you broke all the boxes. We got 62 boxes, and apparently there were 62 boxes in the level. If you got to the end with less than 62 boxes, there'd be like a hologram box here rotating, and it would tell you how many boxes you missed. So say you broke 59 boxes, it would say 59 out of 62 to indicate you missed 3 boxes. which is a bit of an easier and quicker way of figuring things out than it was in the first game, where you have to wait for all the boxes to drop on Crash's head. Again, this game refined a lot of stuff, and I also love the, you know, the light shining down the gem. Looks great. And there you go, you can pick it up, and it comes down to a heads-up display, and it goes on the left side of the crystal there. So yeah, that's it for Turtle Woods, and we're at the end of the level here. The end level portal makes the same sound as it does in the first game, although it looks a bit different. They look a bit like fireflies to me, all these little yellow dots going around. But anyway, yeah, with that we move on back to the warp room. Very, very simple, very simple. Easy but fun first level. Good old Turtle Woods. Can't really go wrong. It's a good level. It's a good level. And with that, we should be getting ourselves a little cutscene. But oh, not before the Crash dance. Yes, if you get a gem in this game, Crash will do his little dance here, which they introduced in this game, and it's iconic. And I love it. Anyway, cutscene.
Well done, Crash. I knew I could rely on you. Now listen carefully. These holograms are hard to contain. During the course of my intellectual pursuits, I have stumbled across a force that threatens to destroy the world. Crystals are the only means of containing them. The fate of the world is at stake. It is imperative, therefore, that you bring them to me.
There, Crash? Crash, are you there? Are you there, Crash?
So that was Coco there, interrupting in on the good doctor's little speech there. Dr. Neocortex. Oh, ho, 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 ho. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, yeah, so she was trying to interrupt in there, getting in on the signal and all that, but it didn't quite work out there. We'll have to try and talk to Coco later instead. So let's save the game. Every level has its own little picture here that you can see on the save screen. So there's Turtle Woods' one. Little poor little Crash. He looks like he's freezing to death, standing on top of the little platform that you have to belly flop to get to the secret area. Bit of a clue there, maybe. Bit of a clue, perhaps, as to the fact that that is the secret, the fact that they put in that picture. Never noticed that before. Anyway, I'm going to save the game every time we finish a level, just so we can see that little picture there, because I didn't know what a lot of them look like, because whenever I'm playing this game, I rarely save it, because I, like, beat the whole game in one sitting or something. Anyway, as you can see, there's actually another thing we're missing in Turtle Woods. You can see that little blue slot next to the crystal. Yes, in this game, there are more than one gem to each level. Even if you remember in the first game, it just had one gem per level, which you break all the boxes to get. In this game, there are certain levels that have 2 gems in them, and usually you have to fulfill some special tasks to get the second gem, like doing a secret path or a special path. We already actually did a special path in that level. Remember the little hidden area underneath the belly flop face? It didn't lead us to that second gem, though. That second gem we're going to have to actually get another way, but I'm not going to worry about that just yet. We're actually going to go into the second level next. We'll come back and get the remaining gem in Turtle Woods. I just want to keep things flowing, you know, doing each level and so on. So let's head into this next level, which is called Snow Go. Got ourselves a double Aku Aku already going into this level. That's fantastic. That's really going to help us. We'll actually be able to get invulnerability at the start of this level. So warping in here with our little blue rings, and we have a snow level. We didn't have snow levels in the first game, so this is definitely a neat change. Now, snow and ice levels, I guess in games, they can sometimes be pretty generic, and I guess these levels don't have as much jam-packed detail into them as the jungle levels do, like Turtle Woods, but there's still a lot of really nice detail here, like these crystals you have going on the sides. You can see like these rocks, those snow-covered rocks. You can even see like a stone tiki head thing there on the side there. That's pretty cool. There's definitely a lot of great detail. But anyway, let's get our first invulnerability. 3 masks is still invulnerability, and it will allow us to blow up TNTs and nitros very easily. And we can also use it over here to break this TNT quickly while we are on this ice. Yes, there are ice physics now in Crash. Again, we didn't have any ice levels in the first game, so we... come on, get it! Oh, how'd that not break it? Oh no, I just realized I might have screwed myself. Oh no! Whew, that was lucky. I might have had to restart the level and gotten that vulnerability again to break that box, because again, I can't spin to break it. Lucky I could just about get it with a belly flop. But yeah, we have ice physics here. They can be pretty annoying at times. As you can see, it's quite hard to stop yourself, and it's also quite hard to get going. But sliding gets you going really quick. You can easily navigate around this ice with sliding. You just gotta be careful where you slide, of course. And we have some seal enemies, very much befitting of the snow atmosphere. Although they're more on ice, you know, like sea ice. I think it's where seals live, or like the coast of Antarctica. This doesn't really seem like the coast of Antarctica. It seems more like a snow mountain with crystals on it. Maybe that's why we're here. We need to mine crystals. I never thought about that before. Like the purple crystal, the power crystal Cortex wants us to get. It could be sourced from these crystals we see here. Why can't we just take these and go back? It would be easier. Anyway, we have a platform here, just like we had back in the Turtlewood secret area, and it takes us to a side-scrolling section. So again, the levels in this game, they alternate sometimes between forward-scrolling and side-scrolling. It's very neat, helps boost, like, variety, I suppose, within the levels. It's definitely a cool improvement from the first game, though I do miss the completely side-scrolling levels from the first game, because there aren't any completely side-scrolling levels in this game, although there is a couple that are almost entirely side-scrolling, so at least we have that. Anyway, these little stone things, they come down and try to crush you. I think they look like a pair of buck teeth. Like, look at that. I swear it looks like a pair of buck teeth. Oh, jeez, I got hit. That was a shame. I guess playing with fire, you're gonna get burnt. There's our checkpoint, and we have 18 boxes already. It's nice. Now, there she is, the red gem. As you saw that red slot back at the beginning in the warp room, there is the red gem in this level. But we cannot get it yet. Or can we? In actual fact, we can. And we can do it by using that old, you know, jump spin, slide jump spin move I was talking about. It's a very complicated maneuver which speedrunners use to get the red gem early, because you're actually supposed to access a secret path that takes you to the red gem. Unfortunately, Naughty Dog were a bit overconfident in putting it right on the path there to see. They were teasing us, so like saying, here's the red gem, haha, you can't get it, you have to find another way around to get it. Well, by doing that, they actually sealed their fate, because we can in fact get that red gem. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to spin to do it. So I'm gonna put a save state here, and we're gonna pretend the spins I'm about to do never happened. So basically, the first thing you have to do is spin here to land on top of this metal crate without bouncing, and then, if I can get this right. Oh, no, didn't get it right. Alright, let's try again. There we go. So, let me explain how that works. So, you jump on here like this, you spin to stop bouncing, then you slide, then jump, then spin like almost immediately after you jump to get the jump slide spin with the extra height, the glitched extra height that was never intended by the game devs. Then you belly flop right after it, and the belly flop gives you a tiny bit of extra height, which is just enough to get you the gem, as you can see. So I'll try it one more time. Let's load the state. So I'll show it off one more time. Oh, you gotta jump at the right time. Oh, come on, I gotta jump. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, no, not quite. I bounced. Nope, bounced again. Sometimes I can get it in one shot. Sometimes it takes me a while. That's the problem. Oh, come on. I've already done it once. Oh, no, almost. Nope. There we go. The trick is to not jump too early, because if you jump too early, you'll just start bouncing on this thing. You have to wait till you're properly off it to jump. So you have to wait till you're quite away into your slide before you jump. But if you wait too long, it's not going to work. But anyway, that's how we do it. That's how we get the red gem early. It's a pretty crazy trick. I didn't know how to do it for a long time. Like, I'd seen videos of people doing it, but I didn't know how to do it myself. Then I just sat down and practiced for 3 minutes, and I got it. Like, it's really not that hard. It really isn't. So to reiterate, you got to do one of those glitched spin jumps and then belly flop, and you should get it. So yeah, that's how you get the red gem early. And oops, I just spun. I shouldn't do that. Let's reload the state. Anyway, again, we're not going to count those spins. They were just demonstration purposes. I'm going to get the red gem the legit way, because, you know, in a proper no-spin run, I can't get the red gem the glitched way, because it requires you to spin. So we're going to have to do it the legit way, by taking the special pathway, which we can unlock later in the game. So that will be lovely. Anyway, here we are in the bonus. We drop down into it just like we did in Turtle Woods, although there wasn't a little trapdoor this time. It was just like a little pit with a question mark in the background. But hey, not all the bonuses work exactly the same way in this game. I like how green the background here is. It's a bit different to the blues we see in the main part of the level. I quite appreciate that. It's definitely interesting. And then just slide to get these last two boxes, and there we go. Another easy bonus. We're not going to get any tricky bonuses till quite a way into the game, and as you can see, the bonus is covered by a little platform here now, so we can't do it again. So, let's keep going then. Got some more boxes here. I think there's a life in this one. Oh no, just some one fruit. Oh, and here's another cool thing. Look at that. We can see our reflection. Isn't that awesome? Like, these little graphical details. They didn't have to do that. They did not have to put this mirror here. It's completely superficial, but the fact that they did it is just awesome. And you can't see Aku Aku in the mirror. That's a funny little quirk. Fun fact for you. You can't see Aku Aku's reflection in the mirror. It's pretty hilarious. Anyway, go here, another Aku Aku, and we jump down, and we are back in the forward scrolling section of the level. Now, don't go forward just yet, because, hidden nitro nuke. That's pretty devious. I tell you, the game devs, they can be devious. Look at all those nitros just blew up. 17. Most of them are on the special route to the red gem. Oh yeah, you can, like, there's like an archway here that you can see over in the sky. Look, they made a proper archway here. Like, all these cool little details. Like, I've never even noticed that this was, like, in an archway before. Like, I love it when I can just, like, do these Let's Plays and slow down a bit and appreciate the graphics and everything, or, you know, the physical makeup of the level. Anyway, we got the crystal, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, again, you can sort of see, like, an archway going on here. I like it. I like it a lot. Got another seal. And there is another little devious secret here, much like that Nitro Nuke. If you actually bounce up here, there is a metal activation crate, which you can see up there. See it? A little metal activation crate at the top. Yeah, and it activates these two boxes, so we can get them now. Lovely. Just lovely. And we have some seals coming down here at turbo speed. Actually, one thing I want to point out is how big the end of level area is. You see it there? Look at how huge that building is. Like, I've never understood why they made it so big. Because, like, it's gigantic from the outside. But then you go up here, and there's, like, the door. Let me just get you the last few boxes. And then you go in here, and it's just like a small room. Like, why did they make the building so flippin' gigantic if it's just, like, one room in here? I don't know, but I like it. I like seeing that gigantic building. And there's only a few levels you can really appreciate its full scope. Because most levels, you're in, like, a bit too close to it. Like, you remember in Turtle Woods was a very sort of confined space level where we can't really see above the jungle canopy. So this level, we can see it quite well, though. And there we go. We get our gem for 74 boxes. 74. Nice number. I like that number. And we come out here, and that is it for Snow Goo.